What's up, guys and girls? Joey Briggs here with the Band of Brothers, Lincoln, NC. We're here with Alex Patton, the Lincoln County Veteran Services Officer. Just here making some videos. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. Videos of the things that are here in his office. Like I said, it's like a museum in here. The man is passionate about veterans. The man is passionate about all these things he's got in his office. He's a huge collector, and his office is really just quite a spectacle. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this this item behind us here, Alex?
So I just did this weekend. This is a tribute to the Iraq-Afghanistan war. I've got a lot of displays of other wars, but I didn't have anything from some of this time period. So I put this together. I'm fortunate, this is my son's uniform from Afghanistan. So I thought that was pretty cool to put that together. But this is just stuff that I've acquired. And you know, we want all veterans of all eras to feel comfortable here and know that they can come get help. So as we tour the office today, you'll see displays from every war, and you know, we collect whatever. Some of the uniforms that I have in here, like the one I got from Adam, have been donated from individuals, Lincoln County residents. So we just want veterans to feel at home. So this display is a new addition as part of that.
I think a lot of these items definitely do help me feel at home. You know, when I do step into your office and I see all this stuff, it's a very familiar feeling. Especially me and Webster were just talking about how this takes us back to Iraq, how it takes us back to Afghanistan, and the things that we've done over there. So it's definitely a homey feeling, and I think you've definitely accomplished that.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's really the purpose I do it. I get veterans that come in here and they're mad at the VA, or they're mad at some situation, or they're struggling, and it's hard to get some of them to open up. But if they can see this or see something that they relate to, then I've got them, because they say, I remember when I was there, you know. So then that opens that line of communication, and then I'm able to help them a lot more effectively. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
Alex, tell us about this little display we got here behind us.
So this display is more Vietnam era. I didn't join until after Vietnam. I went in 1980, but a lot of this equipment is equipment that I actually used. This switchboard is a battery operated switchboard that a company uses for field communications, a TA312 field phone. This is the wire we use. There's a teletype machine here in the back that's actually a World War II teletype that you could type over the air, and then someone with a machine on the other end would be able to receive that message. This particular uniform here is from a Lincoln County resident that passed on. His family brought this to me. There's an old Army cot back here, if you're familiar with that. And then camouflage uniform, which is what we wore in the 80s and 90s, this particular here. Just a lot of unique, a field desk here that I've collected. This is what we actually use. Just this is how it was in Vietnam in the 80s, and even in the National Guard unit I was in up until the 90s. This is the equipment we used. We didn't have cell phones and that good stuff. It was all battery operated field equipment to communicate with. So it's pretty cool that we have this here. I really enjoy this, and I'm just always collecting new items.
I think anybody in the military service is definitely familiar with those field cots.
That's right.
And the tons of sleep and the lower back pain, waking up afterwards by laying on those field cots night after night.
The tons of sleep you didn't get because that thing is so
tons of sleep you didn't get.
Exactly.
Given the Vietnam era of all this stuff, if you were to have any of the local Vietnam veterans walk into your office, what is one thing that you would want to tell them and educate them about for all the guys out there, guys and girls?
Vietnam veterans are perhaps the most underserved of our veterans in a lot of ways. A lot of Vietnam veterans have no clue what they're eligible for within the VA. They went to combat, they come home, they went about their life. A lot of times because of the way they were treated when they got back, they just have never used the VA and have no use for it. And we work hard and have to continue to work hard to change that concept for Vietnam veterans. Vietnam veterans are automatically entitled to VA health care. A lot of Vietnam veterans do not know that. That's free health care for them. There's a lot of illnesses and diseases that Vietnam veterans get from being exposed to Agent Orange. And all they need to do is come and see me. We file a claim that not only gets them in VA health care, it could potentially pay all their health care needs. If you're a diabetic and you served in Vietnam, if you have prostate cancer, if you have lung cancer, there's a Parkinson's disease, there's a whole list of diseases that if you set foot in Vietnam, the VA will compensate you and take care of your health care needs. Now, it used to just be you had to put your foot on the ground in Vietnam. Legislation recently changed that. If you're a Navy veteran and you were in Vietnam waters, which goes out 12 miles from the coast, if you were in that, you now qualify the same qualifications that those folks on the ground get. You're now eligible for VA health care. If you have any of those illnesses, diabetic or any of those, you're now eligible to get health care and receive compensation from the VA. If you're a Vietnam veteran or you know a Vietnam veteran, you need to be in my office. You don't have to be from Lincoln County. If you're watching this video and you need somebody to help you file a claim, don't do it yourself. Come see us, let us do it, let us talk to you about it and see what we can do to help you. You earned it, you deserve it. Let us help you achieve those goals.
There you have it, folks. Get down here to the Lincoln County Veteran Services Office and let Alex help you guys out filing those claims. Alex has done awesome job with the Jeep here. He's got the Humvee over here for several of the airs are covered in here. We got this massive tank back here, tons of helicopters and airplanes in here. It's just, like I said, it's an amazing thing that what Alex has done here in this office. Tell us a little bit about these two things here, Alex.
Well, so this Humvee actually came from Columbia, South Carolina. The guy collected and bought them off the military. So I took this one and then just wired it up to where all the lights would work to like lampshade bulbs and stuff. This one here is the grill part is actually off of a Jeep, but then the top part and all of it I just made to make it look like it was authentic. This lantern here is from World War II. I've got a bulb in it to make it look. This uniform here is actually from a Lincoln County veteran who passed away that his family donated. Just, you know, we're to the point now that people are bringing us stuff because they want it to be here and be a part of it. We want to represent Lincoln County and their veterans and just make veterans feel at home while they're here.
Yeah, you got a lot of awesome hats here. You got boots. We got some jump boots sitting up here for all you guys that used to like to jump out of airplanes, such as myself. There's a lot of things for each and every veteran that's up here. If you ever do want to donate anything, just get with Alex here and he can definitely find a home for it here. But this place is spectacular. So Alex, what are some of the resources that are immediately available in Lincoln County to the veterans here enrolled in VA healthcare?
So there's a couple different options. One, if you're enrolled in VA healthcare, you're automatically eligible to use the CVS Minute Clinic 3 times a year at no expense to you. Depending on your disability rating, you could be eligible to use it more times than that. But if you get the flu or a sinus infection or something of that nature that's not critical, instead of going to the VA, making an appointment, riding to Asheville or Salisbury to the emergency room, just go to the CVS Minute Clinic here in town. Every community has a different one. Some of them it's an urgent care, but every community has identified a place that you can go get treatment without having to make an appointment at the VA and do that. Again, the VA covers that up to 3 times a year more as the severity of your disability increases. There's also programs to where if you're not able to go to the VA and your health prevents you from being able to drive or ride in a car to Asheville or Salisbury, your VA primary care can work with you and allow you to see local providers, local civilian providers for your healthcare needs. There are programs to where the VA medical providers will come to your home if you can't get out. There's caregiver programs. The one constant about the VA is that it's always changing. There's new programs coming up. There's caregiver now. There's an excellent caregiver program that was only for folks that served after 9/11, 2001, where they would pay a caregiver, a family member, whoever, to be a caregiver. Well, now also Vietnam era veterans are entitled to that as well. Eventually it'll be for all combat veterans, but now it's for 2001 to now, or Vietnam veterans. That is an excellent program that allows you to remain in your home and somebody to be able to take care of you. Like I say, it's a family member. They receive a stipend every month and have access to health care, Champ VA health care, in order to take care of that family member that's a veteran. A lot of benefits available. Again, come see us. We can answer all those questions. The thing about the VA is every case is different. You know, what you may be entitled to, I may not, or a lot of it depends on when you serve and just different things. So I would encourage each veteran, each family member of a veteran to call us, come and see us, and let us see what we can do to help you.
That's right. Even if you're not here in Lincoln County, there's a place for you to go and seek this medical assistance. Just give Alex a call. He'll give you some clarification. He'll do the work for you. He'll find out these places that you're able to go and get the medical assistance that you need and the coverage.
Absolutely. We're more than willing to help you, no matter where you live.
In his office, this is literally his office. This is where his desk is. If you come in to file a claim, get help on your medical benefits, or just see what the VA can do for you, you'll most likely be sitting face to face with Mr. Alex here. And he's got this awesome sand table. Tell us a little bit about this sand table, Alex.
Well, this is one of the first things I did when I took this office. This was a doctor's office. These walls were green. There was a sink here. It was just a doctor's office. You know, the walls in the hallway were pink. It was not veteran friendly at all. So this is one of the first projects I did. This is 250 pounds of sand. I bought a collection from a guy of just different, you know, these aren't plastic, these are metal, high-grade replicas, and I just wanted to let our folks coming back, especially those just getting off active duty, and know that we care about them, you know, and a lot of those folks come in and they tell me about this equipment. They remember serving in this. Our local National Guard unit uses some of this equipment in their adventures, shall we say. You know, the hardest part of this was finding this mural on the back wall that was a desert. Very few people want a picture of just sand, you know, so that was sort of complicated to find. But it was fun putting this together. People seem to love it, and you know, it just brings back a lot of memories for folks that served in that environment.
And it really does, you know, for someone who served overseas. I fought alongside a lot of tanks, and you know, I was always riding in these Humvees. But you got these little 22 shells sitting by the tank, man. It's really authentic looking, and you can tell there's a lot of detail into this stuff, and a lot of thought and a lot of care that goes into this stuff.
Yes, excuse me. Somehow this is just a hobby that I picked up along the way, and you know, it just all happens as I go. You know, I don't ever pre-plan any of this stuff. I just sort of make it up as I go. And once I get started in it, and it turned out good. People seem to love it.
We're going to talk about a little bit about PTSD. There's a lot of veterans that are sitting out there. They either have it and they don't want to talk to anybody about it, or some of them don't even know that they have it. So let's talk a little bit about this PTSD. I say that I have PTSD, but I don't want to talk about my feelings. How do I go about filing a claim like that?
So there's a lot of veterans out there that won't file a claim for PTSD for various reasons. You know, there's a stigma to it, they think. but you need to file it. A lot of them have horror stories about having to go to the VA, tell their story to a counselor or whatever. So here's what we do at our office. If you come see me and want to file a PTSD claim, I'm going to send you home and tell you to do the following. You take a blank sheet of paper and you write your story. I have some that it takes 2 days and they're back in here. I have some it takes 2 months to write that story. And it's hard because, you know, you're bringing back all those memories of the things you've gone through and that difficult part of your life. But here's the beauty in that. Once you write that down, you come and file a claim. We send that to the VA. When you go for a C&P exam, and you'll have to go for one to file a claim for PTSD, you hand them that sheet of paper and you say, here's my story. To where they don't start asking you a bunch of questions and you have to bring all that up again. It's there. They can read it and you have time to get your story the way you want it to be. You go for a C&P exam, people get nervous. They forget different parts of what actually happened and don't want to they bring up part of it, but they don't want to go back to that spot, you know, that serious event that they just don't want to bring back up. So they don't tell the examiner about it. And then they don't win a claim, or, you know, they don't end up with a high percentage as they should. So, you know, it's always write that story down. You don't ever have to tell it again because it's written there. Anybody that needs to know can read what you wrote.
Exactly. And a good way to build that body is to touch base on the things that you've experienced, talk about that a little bit, but then also talk about how it affects you in your day-to-day life. And if you have a spouse or a very close family member that can also write a statement to go along with that, that's extremely helpful as well, isn't it?
It is. It is. The more information you can get, buddy statements they're called, family and friends that can see how you've changed over the years. The situation is critical with PTSD. 22 veterans a day commit suicide, as you know. Over half of those are Vietnam veterans. Those guys came home, got married, worked their whole life, stayed busy. Now they're retired and they got a lot of free time on their hand. Those memories come flooding back. You know, one, you need the help. You need to get the help that the VA offers to get past that, to learn how to deal with that and function on a daily basis. Secondly, you need to be compensated for that. That is a valid VA compensation, you know, that a benefit that you're entitled to, and you need to do that. If you're angry all the time or on marriage number 4, job number 12, you know, all those things are signs that you need help. And let us be that help for you.
And there's also a lot of stigma surrounding PTSD. Like, if I file this claim, they're going to take all my guns. Or a lot of us veterans are in the security or police field, and we're worried about losing our job and our job status because a lot of us identify, you know, with our job. So what are the truths and the myths and some of the things that are just flat out not true about these PTSD claims?
Yeah, the truth is that nobody's going to come take your guns. I've had two individuals that the VA, they had 100% disabled with PTSD. They were in a very bad way, and the VA did say, hey, you can't own firearms. They can't be in your house. But even then they give the veterans 60 days to say why they should have guns in their house. So they're not just going to say, hey, you can't have guns. You would be amazed at how many law enforcement officials, how many people in critical jobs in the civilian world who are prior military and have PTSD. Nobody knows it, but the veteran and me, if I file the claim, nobody else knows, and really it's not in their business unless you're just so severe that you can't function in society. And then your employers will know that anyway, you know, because it's going to be a telltale sign, you know. But the vast majority of folks that suffer from PTSD function daily. They're out here in high pressure jobs. They do fine, and nobody ever knows. You know, nobody knows an individual's disability. I'm like an attorney or a doctor. When you come and see me, I'm bound by the same regulations they are. Everything that goes on in this office stays in this office. It's between the veteran and myself, and that's where it stays. So if you don't tell them you have PTSD, they're certainly not going to hear it from my end, so they're never going to know.
Exactly. So come on down here to the Lincoln County VA office and get those PTSD claims started. you don't have to seek help, but you are entitled to those benefits. And if help is something that you're interested in, we can get you into that as well. We're here with Webster Metz. He's going to tell us a little bit about what Band of Brothers has really meant to him.
If you're missing camaraderie of any sort, like from the service when we were in, this is where you need to be. These people have helped me, Joey and Alex. I mean, they've really helped me through my trials. I'm still going through some things, but I can always come here, talk to Alex, or give Joey a call, and it's just, they're there in an instant. There is always an open line of communication. If you want to get back to that camaraderie and also help other vets, come join us at Band of Brothers, because it means a lot to me. Get kind of choked up just talking about it. But we look forward to seeing y'all at our next meeting.
Yeah, and that goes without saying, man. Any time of the night, man. If any of you veterans are out there having just a rough night, having a bad night, I've been through those nights. I know how those nights are. You get to missing your brothers, you get to missing your sisters. You go down a rabbit hole thinking, man, what could I have done differently to have my brother here with me today? Or like some of these guys I lost afterwards. After I got out, they stayed in. I go down that rabbit hole of, man, what if I would have stayed in? I would have been right there side by side. Or, you know, a lot of us are dealing with losing our brothers and sisters to suicide. And you get to thinking, what could I have done to maybe save that life? Anytime you guys need help, and I definitely don't want you guys to go down that rabbit hole. Anytime you guys think you feel yourself going down that rabbit hole, feel free to reach out to us. And also, you can walk into any veterans center and tell them that, hey, I need help, I'm having a bad day. Give us a call, give the veteran crisis hotline a call any given time. He's here to talk to us today about Operation Home.
So Operation Home is a program, joint program between Lincoln County Veteran Services and Lincoln County Animal Control. This is Lucy. Lucy is a rescue that I've had for 5 years. She comes to work with me every day. She is our emotional support therapy dog. She works cheap for treats. You know, our customers love her, our employees love her. It's been a welcome addition to our office. But if you're a veteran in Lincoln County and you're looking for that family member, go see Lincoln County Animal Services. They will allow you to adopt an animal at no cost to you because you're a veteran. This animal will be spayed, neutered, updated on shots. They help you make sure you get the right animal that fits your personality, fits your home situation. Even further, if the situation doesn't work out when you get that animal home, you can take it back. They'll work with you to get another animal that fits. I wonder sometimes who rescued who. If you're a veteran, especially if you're struggling with PTSD and issues, an animal is the best way to help you. And there's no better animal than one that's been rescued from Lincoln County Animal Services. Like I said, it's at no cost to you. They want to get an animal into your home. We run no-kill shelters, so all the animals, or the vast majority, over 90%, leave alive. Your life will change for the better at no cost to you to get an animal. So Lucy agrees with that. She is spoiled and loves it here, and we want you to have that family member that we enjoy. Go see Lincoln County Animal Services. Tell them I sent you. As a veteran, like I say, no cost to you.